Welcome to the pajama party.
I thought you were about to say the vagina party. I thought, goddamn, what party is that?
Monologues? No, we're not doing vagina monologues tonight. Um, okay. Yeah, I got tech
Notifications have gone.
issues. Yeah, notifications is going out. What's up? Hey everybody, how you doing? I know we ain't been around in a couple of days, so I guess we'll give everybody a chance to get in. Please don't forget to like as you come in. Appreciate you. But while everyone is coming in and you guys aren't forgetting to like, please like. That's how we let everybody know we're here. You know, for those of you who know anything about the channel, they hate on us. They hate on us so tough. They hate on us so hard. Oh Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Shawanisha. Shawanisha. Yeah, that speaks volume. Y'all
Mm.
know how much they hate on us. Y'all know how much they fuck on us. And no matter how big, I am really trying to ignore girlfriend Shawanda over here. Okay. That's Shawanda. Um, yeah, that kind of blew my mind. And very little gets me off guard. But I just wanted to, just acknowledge a few things. So okay, it, everyone gather. What do they say? Gather in, but not too close. Not too close. We don't need everybody all up in each other's faces. People get too familiar and then they so yeah. Um I wanted to just address a couple of things while we're letting the room warm up and letting everybody get in here. And yes, we are members only, platform. So if you would like to participate in the chat, please become a part of the family. Please get a membership. And hey, Auntie Leah. And if any of the family moderators would like to drop the link to the channel in the chat so people can find out how to go and get a membership, that would be great. I'll pin it. I forgot to do that part. I've just been trying to catch up on so much, but I was, there was some really interesting things that happened today, and for everyone else, I'm sure it wasn't that big a deal. I'm sure it was just YouTube shenanigans. And for some people, I'm sure it was quite entertaining. Um, mm, for me, not so much. Um, and not, and see, that's where it's hard. Like, it's hard for me. Because not only am I a content creator, but I've also had the unfortunate uh, existence of people making me content. It's one thing to be a content creator. It is another to be made content. It really is, especially when you didn't choose to become content. Um, I think there's a great misconception that everyone that gets online wants to be content. Everyone who gets online wants, to be. Not everybody. Oh, Lisa Ortiz, thank you. Please speak on Ramir's interview with Cam who? Ramir did an interview with Cam who? Because there is an interview um that I heard about that I'm not very happy about regarding Ramir. And we'll get there. We'll get there. Uh oh, you talking about Ray J's interview. Oh, we're gonna speak on that. We're gonna speak on that a little bit. just a little bit. It's that ugh, ugh, um yes, the views expressed by me are mine and they are protected by my First Amendment right, and everything is under the Fair Use Act 1976 and the whoop de whoop de whoop. Got it. Yeah, so we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm gonna have to warm up into that one because, like, literally, talking about Raylando Brown's comment content and commentary, it's like describing how uncomfortable anal leakage might be, you know? So like it's uh, we gonna have to ease into that. Like, like people eased into freak offs. So I just wanted to talk about some of the YouTube shenanigans. First things first, I don't think it's ever a good thing when Black people think it's cute to target each other for incarceration. I don't think that's cute. Um, Not by any means. I don't think it's cool. That's weird. So I'm looking in my back, my other phone, and it says that this live went live 5 days ago. It has 61 likes and 17 views. Ain't that wild? Ain't that wild?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So you're in your other phone must be in the, well, which is in the future.
I guess so. I don't know. Or are we in the past? YouTube be playing.
Or both.
They
Let me
be
see.
playing around. They be
I'm gonna
playing
look on
around.
my side and see what they're
No,
talking
I'm gonna
about.
show you. No, I'm gonna show you. Hold on a second. I'll show you. Look, it says, look, hold on.
Is it in studio?
If it, well, no,
No, because
it's just
I can see it in
like
studio. So
if I go on my channel and I look, see, now it's tripping. You see where it says 17 views 5 days ago?
hmm hmm
They be
yeah,
doing the most.
yeah,
They be doing the most. The most. It's all right. They do anything to try to confuse the algorithm.
yeah.
No, but salute. I don't know what happened. We had more people in here than that, and then it said we didn't. And it's funny.
No,
One
that ain't that.
device,
It fluctuates.
one device does one thing, the other device does another. But yes, we could still use more likes. Please keep liking, keep double tapping that screen. And welcome back to Jag Nation. Welcome to Jaguar Country. As you see, we're in the country. So, Black people running around trying to get other people blacked up or locked up, bragging about getting other people locked up, bragging about, it's not cool. It isn't cool. I know a lot of people might say, "What, Jag? Jag thinks that?" Yeah, I do. I do think that. Um, if I see criminals operating, hurting massive amounts of people, yeah, I'm speaking up about that. We should all speak up about those things. But targeting someone is something different. That's something different. I don't you're not going to hear me speak on somebody until I see them doing catastrophic mass damage on, just diabolical levels. Most of the people that I speak about have been hurting people, robbing people, destroying people's lives for decades. Decades. And for me to consistently sit back and watch, and for anyone to consistently sit back and watch people destroy just whole lives, families, careers, the whole 9 yards, and have nothing to say about it, you lack integrity. I don't care what nobody says. And I hear some people say, oh, well, it's none of your business and it's none of your business and you shouldn't be the one. Why do you need to be the one to say it? Well, you know what? People said the same thing about Martin Luther King when they started boycotting the bus system. Once upon a time, people that were a certain color were only allowed to sit in certain places. But it wasn't until someone took a stand and say, yeah, no, this isn't right. There needs to be something different. There needs to be something more. There needs to be more inclusion, or people should just have the free right, if they pay, to be able to be treated equally. You got to take a stand if you want, to break down systemic uh, uh, abuses or just anything. You have to take a stand. I don't understand why people have such a hard time getting that point. You know, uh, if you're in an abusive relationship, you got a lot of DV going on in that relationship. You can leave, and then that person just moves on to the next person and starts abusing someone. A being someone else, B being someone
Mm-hmm.
else. But if you go to the police station
Mm-hmm.
and you file a report against that person for what they did to you, and they should be charged, now the public is aware. Like, there's just certain things that you have to do. Walking away and for yourself, yeah, that might be good for yourself, but what about everybody else? And you know, let me just address this. What I'm saying does not apply to the T app. It does not apply because that app ain't helping nobody. It ain't saving nobody. It's just helping a lot of ego bruised people get their lick off on what they think is an environment where they're not going to get busted or clapped back on. And that's some cowardice. Like, that's hella cowardice.
Side note, did you
Yeah.
hear um, a lot of the messages have been leaked now as far as the messages between the women? So there was
Mm.
one message like that was going back and forth between two. Well, he got this kind of this, and he just came over and beat me down, and the other one's like, well, he got a baby with me, and so we're gonna meet up, and like it's just like they they really it, it- that whole thing could be a goddamn on soap opera.
Well,
That's all it is. And to go back to
well,
the YouTube soap opera.
yeah, but I mean, my thing is these chicks are sitting up there and there talking cash money crap about these guys, saying all kinds of things, talking about all kinds of stuff. The one girl said that somebody was a PDF, and the girl was like, "Ooh, I like the way he look. I'm gonna kick it with him anyway."
You know the funny thing is, it ain't nothing but the same seven guys that all these women are talking about. That's the funny thing.
No, but this is
Stand
the
up
thing.
dude or the
No, but this is the thing, though. Y'all chose these scumbags.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It shows. Like I said, it ain't nothing but the same seven guys. Same
Y'all
seven guys
y'all
going
chose
around
these
screwing all the rest.
scumbags.
Yeah.
Y'all chose them. More
Yep.
importantly than that, you were attracted to them. See, a lot of people don't realize that we attract what we are.
Mm.
We do. We attract what we are. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had some doozies. I've dealt with some not so nice guys. But as I evolved and as I grew and as I grew more into my humanity, those kind of guys, they weren't available to me anymore. Now, some of those people inserted themselves into my life. Some of those people pretended to be one way to get close to me. Um, but they usually don't last. Those kind of things just don't last. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alina. Welcome back home. Um, but like seriously, we are what we
You know,
attract. So if you're gonna sit there and complain, and the thing is, the guys is about to turn around and just start doing the same thing. Like it's a bunch of gossiping, but there's not a whole lot of accountability going on in any of this stuff. First things first, and don't get me wrong, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've had one night stands that lasted too long, and I've had, relationships that I took my time getting into. And guess what? Sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they turn out bad. I was kicking it with a whole dude for 6 months. And all he did was lie and fraud and pretend to be one thing and pretend to be another. And the second that I got to know him in person, yeah, my opinion changed and so did everything else. And it didn't last very long. So I'm not saying that people can't bump into the wrong person. I'm not saying that people can't deceive you. But if you sitting there still talking about how you've been dealing with this dude for months on end and you kept dealing with him and you kept messing with him, no, you liked it. You liked it. What you don't like is that he won't let you have him all to yourself, that he's going to spread it around. And I just think, I don't know, like you and I, when it comes to me and you, we have some very, very, very like eclectic personalities, I would say. But I think the opinions that we have, even though sometimes they differ, it's always about just being responsible in your community and taking better care of your community, like at the end of the day. And we want to welcome everybody that's in the room. We could do a little better with those likes. Please tap. We could use like 500 more, honestly. Um, but I don't know. It's just
yeah, hit the like button.
there's a lot of irresponsibility and there's a lot of immaturity. And that's what I'm really seeing going on here, especially on YouTube. There's a lot of people that are, I guess you could say, there are clout chasers and are stalkers who are constantly looking for engagement, constantly looking for attention, constantly looking for a lot of things. Um, and unfortunately,
How about this?
what?
I was going to say, because you said clout chase, and it's funny you say that because I wanted to talk about a few things. We're not going to mention nobody by name, but I guess this
Uh,
person I'll mention by name,
Ooh, why do we
Craig
gotta?
Smith. Shout out to Craig Smith. No, Craig Smith. You remember 5150 Craig Smith?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now shout out to him. He know what's up. I've been
I always forget his
following him
name.
for a minute. Yeah, Craig Smith, and
Mm.
I met him when he came because he had a show at the radio station for a minute.
Shout out 5150. They live tonight. They live
Oh,
right
oh
now.
yeah, it is.
Hmm.
They live right now. Okay, but yeah,
Salute to 5150.
Craig is a roaster, and he roasted Matt Barnes and made a comment about Matt Barnes and stuff like that. And then Matt Barnes wanted to put hands on him, and I guess they were going at it in the comment section. Um, and I don't see Craig as like a clout chaser, but if you look at the situation, a person like Matt Barnes, and everybody
Hmm.
know his background. He they say he drove 2 hours to go beat up Derek Fisher allegedly or something, right?
Hmm.
So angry light skinned nigga. I guess my question is, you know, Clout chase. So allegedly or supposedly these two are gonna fight. So I guess we're gonna see, who's the biggest, toughest light skinned nigga on the West
Why?
Coast. I guess that's gonna be the right. It's like the clout. No, I'm saying if it's a clout chase. I mean, they're not doing it for charity. It's not constructive if you
You
really
know what
look
this
at it.
sounds like? This sounds like the beef sector with better views.
Right, right.
Because it's the kind of stuff that the beef sector was doing. But the thing is they were staging all of this stuff for clicks and views. They would literally go and meet up and beat the crap out of each other live on camera just for views. And guys, we need 500 more likes. Like, all you have to do is double tap the screen. It's a mobile upload. It's not that hard. If you're here, you can like it. Thank you.
Is that Uncle Mike
Please
in the
don't be
building?
stingy and don't be selfish. You can you can let other people know we're here because that's how we let people know we're here. We get the likes, we get the engagement, and the faster that we do it, salute. The faster that we do it, hey Uncle Mike, the faster that we do it, the more people can show
Oh,
up.
Uncle
So let's
Uncle
not be
Mike, your
stingy.
two shirts is coming, man. I didn't forget you. Just FYI.
Oh no, yeah, the shirts finally came in. You know, it's funny. You try to do black business and black people,
No, they do black business, not business. They do business.
you
This
know,
Negro do business. Go ahead. We good though.
we try to work with our people, and sometimes our people let us down. No, but I mean, my thing is how old are we? Like seriously, like how old are we? Running around staging fights for clicks and views. Like I don't know. I don't see it being worth it because the truth is, I'm not interested in fighting nobody. You know, I had my fair share of fights growing up, and I done throw my hands around, and I done protected my life and defended my life on more than one occasion. Um, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. At 48 years old, I'm not interested in doing that. Not at all. The truth is, as intelligent as I am, and as like reckless a mouthpiece as I got, I should be able to tear somebody apart with my words. I shouldn't even need to use my hands anymore. Not at all. Not at all. Oh, somebody has an album you have an album coming out? Okay. Well,
We got an album
congratulations.
coming.
Hopefully we'll be able to hear some of it and hopefully, we'll be able to support in some way. I Justice for the Hadleys. I just don't get it. I don't get people over the age of 35 for real looking to get into physical fights. I just don't. Um doesn't make any
Yes.
sense to me.
Speaking of, someone was talking about why I ain't fighting nobody. I'm like, number one, I am well off into my 40s, and I mean, I'll defend myself, and I'm gonna talk what I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
If it
But
comes down to it,
people
it comes down
online,
to it.
no, I know, but people online, I'm like, you guys are weird. Y'all can talk all that talk. They was talking about I got sister lives. They sit
Well,
over there trying to clown me. I'm
listen
like,
to
well,
me.
I'm like, no,
Listen to me.
you can't whoop me though. I don't care. They can
You can
talk all that
have
talk. I just know y'all can't whoop me. That's it. And I'm
I
not
hear
saying I'm not trying to fight. I'm just saying you can't whoop me. That's it.
my point is this. Why are you trying to fight? Like
Right.
for real. Like
Well, you know what that's about.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. If I gotta get up and I gotta put them mitts on and I gotta go hand in hand, I'm not playing. I'm not playing just to, exert myself. If I'm doing that, that means I'm doing it because I think my life is threatened. And if that's what's happening,
Hmm.
then your life is in danger as well.
Hmm.
Like for real. Like I think too many people they play around. But the thing is a lot of these people that do this stuff online, and thank you for the 222 on the likes, but we could use 444 more. So I think I don't know. It's just like a lot of the people that say these things that come for you, that come for me, that come for us. Period. They're hella younger than us.
Well,
Like they're
that part, and
younger
then
than
look,
us. Like no,
what they're
these are
also trying
kids.
to do.
No, these are kids, and I think a lot of people
No,
forget
listen.
that. Like a lot of the stuff that y'all see, These ain't real grown adults. Like most of these content creators that be running a yap and doing all of that, most of them are barely over the age of 35. Like
And let me say that. Let me
80%
say
of them.
this.
What?
And let me say that all they're trying to do. I already stated this, and shout out to Dub C. He
Hmm.
said these online cats, they get online and they're just basically pressing 9-1, and then they want you to press the other one because what they
Yeah,
want is, oh, this person threatened me, and so they can put a case on you.
that's the
So
first thing they
hence,
do.
that's what we're talking about. What we're talking about right now, people that are online, that are on YouTube specifically, trying to set you up
Let's
for
just
a
be
case.
clear. Most of these people are snitches and CIs and trying to work off bad records. Let's not let's not pretend like we don't know what's going on. If they're not online trolls looking to defame or destroy somebody's character, they snitching for they snitching to the government. They snitching to the people. They
Or they try to
literally go
line you
around,
up.
yeah, or trying to find a way to line you up so that they can all get everybody, get a screenshot, send it to the police, get a screenshot, send it to the
Hmm.
DA, get a screenshot, send it to the judge, get it
Hmm.
like that's what you want. Like they sit there and they bait you into saying things to go back and forth with them online so that they can sit there and screen record everything that you say, like the little weirdos that they are. Because the truth is, if they running their mouth like this, they ain't running their hands like this.
Hell
I
no.
promise you that. They can say whatever they want to say. They can do whatever they want to do. Half of these gay men on here throw their hands like your little sister do. Like, like, like
They don't even do it like that.
like
They
like they
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 like
like
they
to
like
squat and
they
fly.
playing like they playing double dutch. Like that's how they fight. Like let's not get it. These people are cowards. They're cowards. And the only time they want to get your address is not so they can come, it's so they can send somebody to your house to harass you, to inflame
The
you,
doctor.
or to yeah, to dox you. That's it. These people don't deserve my attention. They never did. But see, when you have your life descended upon, like my life was descended upon, or like this man's life was descended upon, when you have people that will go to, your biggest haters in life, like I gotta say it, like never trust a content creator who's always interviewing X this, X that, disgruntled that. Like if you can't sit down with the actual person or people that are actually in their lives actively, don't bring around the X this and the X that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Dr. Umar. And let's talk about the woman, the Siobhan woman. I guess that's her name, Siobhan.
Mm.
Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I would take Janice Dickinson more seriously than I could take that woman.
Mm.
The way she made the rounds, and she did it quick. It was very orchestrated,
Mm.
very orchestrated. Now, does that mean that Umar is a scam artist or not? I don't know. I ain't never gave him no money. I never donated to his school. I say that proudly. I never gave him a dime.
Well, don't
Not that
shame
I,
me because I gave you some money.
well, yeah, but listen to me. You gave him some money when you had a child that was of age to go to his school, and now those children have graduated from high school. So it really doesn't matter. You did him a kindness a long time ago when you was trying to help him get off his feet. Now, some people, yeah, yeah, yeah. Janice Dickinson is more credible than Dr. Umar's side piece. Way more credible.
Just Jussie Smollett is more credible than.
Yeah, yeah. And that's saying a lot. But my point is, when you have somebody that has a whole like troll for, because she went from troll to troll to troll to troll. Like it was just over and over and over and over and over again.
She's on a troll tour around my man.
Yeah, yeah, with Umar's junk in her hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be. We're talking about Dr. Umar's side piece, the Siobhan person, the gray haired slut, and I can say that, and I'm not hating because that's
Mm-mm-mm.
how you painted yourself, man. What I'm not paying attention to is how nobody paid attention to how she got in his life. That's what's so funny. That's what's very funny. See, I know a setup, and I know when somebody's being gaslit. I know when somebody's being lined up, and I know when somebody is being, you know, put on the chopping block and straight greenlit. Because everything that's happening to Dr. Umar right now has already happened to me. It's the same mechanics. They find somebody who weasels their way into your life, pretends to be a supporter, pretends to like you. I guarantee you, this bitch she was planning this shit all along. And she was working with whoever she's been, one of the people that she's been sitting with. That I can guarantee you. And now the linen sheets man, who only has 79,000 subscribers, I think about 77 to 79. Like, we got about the same. His channel's been there for much longer than mine. This channel isn't
He's
even
been
1 years
in
old.
years.
This
Yeah, he's
channel
been
has
in
been
years.
there. This man has had a channel for like 15 years, and he's just making it to like 80K. But regardless of the fact that after all of these years, he's just making it to 80K, and we we passed him in a year without having to clout chase and chase down and hunt down the same person year after 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 year. Yeah. It's a grown ass man stalking another grown ass man for a decade, damn near a decade cold. Number one, you got to ask yourself the mental clarity of a person that needs to do that. Like, it's he's got more surviving Dr. Umar's than R. Kelly had them songs about the closet. Like part 7, part 10, part 80, 89. Like, how many ways do you need to talk about one man? How many ways?
I mean,
And
to
then
be
just
that upset with a man, with a
it's
man knowing
yeah,
so, like,
yeah, with
it's
another
crazy.
man and what he's doing with his life, what he's doing with his business, what he's doing with anything. You made his business your business. Like, beyond. I don't even talk about celebrities as much as this person has talked about one man. But see, he found somebody. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here looking at the numbers. We need 500 likes for real. Like, we definitely need at least 250 more. Y'all tripping. That was half that screen. It's mobile uploads. Not that deep. Yeah. He had like 80, 11 million versions of the closet. But regardless of all of that, my point is, you have one person who's obsessive, who was obsessed with the idea of getting this person. So much so to the point where if he did a book signing, like, you can call him a fraud all you want, but he actually wrote a book. The book was actually published. That's not a scam. If he's
Mm-mm.
going to a book event to sell his book that he wrote himself, that's not a scam. That's
And I bought
him
the book. It's a pretty good
selling
book.
his
Very
that's him
informative.
selling his book.
It is very informative. It's a
How
good
can you
book.
call a man a scam artist that's actually selling you something? You actually got something. See, if he had come and said, "Hey, I'm in the process of writing a book. I want to welcome y'all to my book event. Now the book isn't finished. The book isn't finished. But for 1999, if everybody in here can give me 1999, next year I'll be sending you a copy of that book. Now, if he had done that and they never got the book, yeah, but for 1999, yeah, if he had done that, that would have been a scam. You could call that a scam. Yeah, well, this is mobile upload, Uncle Mike. This isn't we not in the, the StreamYard studio. So mobile upload, all you have to do is double tap the screen and you can like the video. And we would appreciate if 400 more people would do that. But like for real, that would be a scam. So for somebody who legitimately wrote a book, had the materials there with him and was able to sell it on site, for you to be such a hater that you mad at him, you so mad at him that while he is legitimately selling his own product that other people bought, more people probably bought his book than bought your documentary, sir. But because he made a documentary. It's funny, don't nobody seem to really know about it like that, except for the people that were in it. Because I had never heard of it or him. But I have heard of Dr. Umar's book. But for you to start calling the city and reporting the venue that he's doing the book at, trying to get the restaurant, I think it was a restaurant or something, trying to get the restaurant shut down because they hosting his book event. Like, why?
Yeah, that's just weird.
That's you doing too much. You're doing way too much. And this is a black man doing this to another black man, which I got a big problem with. A big problem with. You got a problem with the school? Okay, whatever the case may be. A lot of people got a lot of things to say about the school, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. There's a couple of schools that were supposed to be black schools who took government funding. And guess what? The second that they didn't go along with what the government wanted them to do and the curriculum that they wanted them to do, guess what they did? They removed the black people who started those institutions and brought in people who would do and push the curriculum and the ideals that they wanted them to. See, I know this for a fact because right around the same time that Dr. Umar was starting his school, they had the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy open up in Dallas. At one point in time, I was interested in Sam going there, my son, when he was younger, and I was looking and I was like, oh my God. And I met the man at church. And I mean, smart African American man. He was really trying to make sure that the African American boys in the Dallas metropolis area got a great education where their values were being taught. And then guess what? Second that everything looked okay and he got through his first graduating class, they wanted to make some changes. He was like, no, but the curriculum was supposed to be this. This is the way we designed the school and da 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 da. Guess what they did? They got rid of him. They got rid of him. And guess what? There was nothing he could say about it or do about it. Want to know why? Because he took the government's money. So for Umar to say, I don't want the government involved in my school, I can understand why. It makes perfect sense to me. Because the second that they
Not
come
wrong.
in, the second that they come in, next thing you know, they'll be removing him from his own school and then bringing some Asian guy in talking about DEI and inclusive education. And everybody can be Marcus Garvey. Everyone can be Frederick Douglass. Like, that's what'll happen. Like, I don't understand why people have such a hard time just embracing the fact of how this country runs. But if the Diddy trial has taught us nothing else, if the Diddy trial has taught us nothing else, is that the government just ain't fucking fair. That's not fair. Real rad. It's just not fair. So we can't see the whole thing. It's only a piece of it. We see tum
Give
just evil.
me a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute. You already know
We're
this
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that in a second
technology.
because it's a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. I got to talk about one
It's
documentary
not a
last
big deal.
summer. No, it's a big deal to me because we got to talk about one documentary last year, and now we get to talk about a documentary that is near and dear to our hearts that is being featured in the in the Compton Film Festival. We'll get to that. But no, like seriously, like there's a lot of people that got a lot of things to say about a lot of things regarding Dr. Umar. I'm not speaking up for him at all. Like I said, I never donated a dime to the man. Never. And guess what? He ain't ever donated a dime to me or any of my causes either. So see, we even. But at the end of the day, it's the black on black crime that's bothering me. And I can't believe people just stop liking because Lord knows we about 300 likes short, considering how many people we got in the room. But no, like for real. Uh, why can't you send a super chat? I don't know. Uncle Mike, they be hating.
Maybe it's not activated. Let me see.
They be hating. I don't see why it wouldn't be activated on this page. Somebody else sent super sticker. I don't know. Exactly. Why not go after real bad people? But instead, um, this woman, Umar spoke a lot of truth, a lot of truth. And it's funny because now it's all devalued. It's all devalued. It's all discredited because this weirdo chick, um, like this chick is a whole weirdo. She's a whole weirdo. This is a 40-year-old slut, admittedly, by her own mouth. That's not me. That's not me running down on her. Like, admittedly, she pretended to be a supporter, put together a book event for him, invited him to her city. The people came, they got together. She pretended to be a friend. Then she wanted to get information about her child from the esteemed doctor. But it's funny because as she tells her story, and this is how you know she's a lying cunt, and it's true. This is how you know. Thank you, Jessica. This is how you know. She sits up there and says, "Oh, well, I was never really that interested in him. He was never really my type. I was never really all that worried about him. I wasn't worried about him, but I was texting him and I told him and I was this and I was that and whoop de whoop de whoop. But I was really never that into him. Everybody else was more impressed with him than I was ever impressed with him. I mean, he's really not my type, but he was type enough for you to gag and choke on his manhood. Like it's not making any sense. He was never really your type. He was never really that into you. See, Uncle Mike, it went through. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. But seriously, oh, it's not a flex. It's not a flex. It's not. Yeah. And it's not a flex. But she was sitting there, and and when we got together, what did she say? When we got together, he was sitting there acting all. He acted like he didn't know what to do. I had to, I had to get things started, and I had to take control. Well, clearly there was something about him that moistens your mouth. He's only copping to the fellatio. You sitting there, he been all down on me, and he been in me, and he did this in me, and he smashed me out, and he smashed me out, and then he ran off, and he smashed me out. Like that's how you talking about yourself at 40 something years old.
That's a damn shame.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I haven't had, you know, intimate adult things to say about my personal life online. But can't nobody ever say that they heard me say, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah," and I let him smash me, and he did this. And he like no. A woman with respect for her body don't refer to herself that way. Only whores and sluts do. Like that's just was real. He knows exactly what I smelled like because he was all up in this and he was all up through here. And like there was a million other ways for her to describe their intimate time together that didn't sound like that. And if you talk about yourself like that with one man, then I'm sure you talk about yourself like that with all men. Because that's just how you talk about yourself.
Nasty.
The only thing that proves is that he was probably more right about you than you want to give yourself credit for. Now, why he let you take care of his mom, I don't know. Because the first thing that I heard was, it's really not making no sense. Was okay now, I would love to. Well, you know what, Uncle Mike? You gotta holler at the producer. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. But you know, I love making music. I wish I did more of it. But you know, one day I'm certain that will be, a regular part of my life again. We'll get there. But let's just be clear. Like, why is nobody questioning this broad and her very nasty mouth and her very bad manners? Like, she's sitting online. Yeah, I'm his arch nemesis, like it's a character. And I ain't never been online. And as soon as I finish taking him down, I'm gonna be offline again. No, what that sounds like is that somebody put you up to this. You're most likely being paid. You a whole plant, and you did this intentionally. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a cap up, sounds like a scam. Now, am I saying that Dr. Umar is a fraud or isn't a fraud? I don't know. I don't know, but what I do know is that most of the content creators that are saying that about him have made a lot of money off of his name. And ain't nobody checking the cachet of this broad. Like it, and that's how it works online. That's exactly how it works online. All they have to do is get one weirdo next to you. For any reason. It's happened to me, I don't know how many occasions. They somebody talks to me, somebody calls me, somebody showed up in my town, somebody had dinner with me. I went out to drinks with somebody once, and all of a sudden, yeah, she did this and she did that, and I know her. I got a picture with her. Somebody gives you a gift. I gave her that. See, that's mine. I gave her that. See, that's proof. See, look, this is a receipt for when I bought it, and I gave it to her. And she's like this, and she's like that, and she's like, that's all it takes for people to discredit people now. That's it. I just find it funny. All of these years, Dr. Umar has been online. All of these years, Dr. Umar has been saying donations, 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 gifts, gifts, donations, donations. Didn't nobody have a problem with it before? But now, this trifling old heifer who sits there and we don't know who she is. Don't nobody know who she is. I'm just trying to figure out, when does taking this some random stranger's word who ain't all there. You can hear the way she talk. This chick ain't all there. And a 40-year-old woman online, she nah, 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 my peoples. No, not at all. Like, we got to start asking better questions about the people who we just start taking their word for things.
And
But everybody wants to
we
fall
need
for the
to
banana in the tailpipe. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mhm.
And no, I'm glad you're speaking up on the woman because I don't know too much about her, but it's you got every right to speak on her and what it is that she's doing because they so quick to talk about you bringing down a black man like you said, uh, but
What's
they're not
she
talking
doing?
about right. She's definitely not uplifting, but I'm not gonna get on her. What I want to do is talk about Lynn and Honor. So
Oh, that
everybody,
guy.
what is he started doing content on Umar about 6 years ago, and he's probably done over 2,000 videos on Umar Johnson. Ain't that like how does that sound?
Manic,
I've done work with him. I've done work with
manic.
him. I mean, he seems pretty chill. I've done work with him, but
There's
again, he had
somebody
to.
who's done like almost 2,000 videos on me on this app too. There's a couple
Oh,
people.
I know, I know, I know, and and
And I'm gonna tell
and
you
and,
something
and
right
that's why I
now.
was.
If I find it funny, anyone who takes people like that seriously, like seriously.
Yeah, something's off. It like to be that obsessed. Something's off, and that's all I really want to say. And like I said, I'm not here caping for Umar either, and I'm not
Nope.
dogging out Lynn and Honor or nothing like that. I want everybody to look at it for what it is.
You gotta be a stalker to spend that much time talking about another human being that ain't talking about you.
Another man talking about another man, like
Yeah,
that's
that's whack. It's
yeah.
whack. But see, there's a lot of behavior that has been normalized on YouTube and just on the internet, period. Just there's a lot of weird, weird behavior. And meanwhile, while everybody's focused on that, they keep missing the really important things. It's funny. It's almost as if I don't know why we got stuck where we are in likes, but we could definitely use 200 more. We've been here almost an hour. We should have been at 500 likes, like for real. Let's get there. Let's get there. Let's let them know we here. That's the only way to let them know we here. But no, like it's just it's really disgusting. And so, there's a lot of content creators who we went back and forth with at one point in time, defending our names, defending our platforms. And I regret that now. Because the truth is,
And why? Why?
I should have ignored them all.
Yeah.
I should have ignored them all. But unfortunately for me, when I saw the amount of lies that were being passed around about my name on a daily basis, I ain't gonna front. It's triggering. It's triggering to not want to have something to say. And then when you see the manner in which they do it in and how orchestrated it is, you definitely become invested in wanting to expose it and take it down. Now, have I done my work? Have we done everything that we needed to do? Absolutely. And now it's time for the authorities to do their job because there's no way it should be allowed on any public social media app for the kind of stalking, for the kind of cyber crimes, for the kind of intimidation, for the kind of extortion, for the kind just all of the crimes that are committed. I mean, for crying out loud, there's a couple of red rooms that have been financed through Cash App, allegedly, on social media apps.
Yeah.
Like it's just gone too far. It's
Yeah.
gone too far. And that's what we stand up against. But we got to find another way to do it because addressing these people is just not worth it because they literally get off on it. The second that you say their
Mhm.
name in a negative manner or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be, oh my God, she spoke about me. And then they go and then they get the clip and then they play it over and over. Oh my God, they spoke about me. Did you hear what they said about me?
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You want to know why? Because they were nothing
Yep.
before you. They're going to be
Yep.
nothing after you. And the truth is, it's still nothing while they all over you. But if you engage with them, it gives them life. It does. It does. And it's not a matter of ignoring it because you're better than that or ignoring it because, no, ignore it because it hurts their feelings that you do. Trust me, it hurts their feelings. There's so many of the trolls that stalk me on a regular basis that are begging for me to pay them any attention at all. I guarantee you, like most of them is sitting here watching us right now, waiting for me to say a name so they can get a soundbite.
Yep.
And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're going to talk about things that are actually relevant. None of y'all. None of y'all. Not at all. I spent too much time and I gave too much energy, but I was being gaslit on so many different levels. And that's the thing, because it wasn't just the online people, it was the real world people and the real life people that these online people slipped into my life. It's the people who I did interviews with who was lining me up, you know? We were at a court hearing earlier today
Mm.
via Zoom. You know, of all of the people that is talking about, you got people talking about Ramir trying to punch holes through his story. Oh, and by the way, anybody who would be disrespectful enough to interview Ramir and then turn around and call him a Timu kid, shame on you. Like, shame on you. Like, it's getting so obvious to see which ones of y'all are loyal to the Rock Nation or not. But I find it funny because I would love to get my hands on one of those contracts, one of those recent contracts that they put out that they give to their artists. Because allegedly, from what Kanye West is saying, it says in there you're not allowed to talk about Jesus Christ. If you are a Rock Nation artist, you're not allowed to talk about Christ on any of your records. Now, it's funny because they always talk about God this and God that. But the God that I serve is the Father of Yeshua, the Christ. So what God y'all serving over there at Rock Nation? And how many of y'all are buying into this demonic agenda? Like, if that's really true, then that means they're anti-Christ. That's what that means. How many people are signing an anti-Christ contract? Oh, honey. No, 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 no. Just because they saying God, maybe they're not talking about the God that you and I serve, but they definitely talking about a God.
Mm.
I used to say it to people all the time. You know, I would go back and forth with atheists and they would say, "You're such an intelligent person. You're so smart. How can you believe in something like God? Oh, it's fairy tale. Oh, it's a mess. It's this, it's that. It's whoop de whoop de woo." Okay. Uh 36 more likes would be great so we can get to that 500. And they used to go back and forth with me all the time. And I'm like, maybe it isn't real. But I'm not going to take the chance in not believing in it just to be popular in certain circles. That I'm not going to do. I've had so many people throughout the years, all of my years in the music industry, people question me for being a tithe paying Christian. And I mean, when I say a tithe paying Christian, if I got $100,000 check, 10K was coming out and was going towards tithes. Period. I used to argue with a business manager about it. And he would say, "Well, you know, the one good thing about it is at least we get to write it off on your taxes." You can't work with people who don't respect the God you serve. which is why I have no problem with not being a part of the industry, because the truth is I know it's all demonic. I know it's anti-Christ, which means it's anti-God. So when you hear people saying, they're atheists, oh, I don't believe in God. No. They just don't believe in the God you serve. Just because you don't believe in the God that I serve, don't mean you don't believe in something. Oh, you believe in something. You giving something all of your attention. You giving something all of your praise. If you worship in the dollar, then you worship in man. If you're stupid enough to worship man, I'm sure you'll come to find out that man is worshiping a deity as well. You got to be careful what you're putting yourself into. And if it means I have to strip myself of everything worldly and walk away with nothing but the skin on my back, I got God. He will provide everything else that I need. So, yeah, exactly. We are not the same. We are not the same. And the more we hear about the kind of stuff that's going on with the way Rock Nation handles their business and handles the people that they deal with, how are we not having conversations saying, hey, we need to boycott this company because it's a danger to our community? It's teaching our children, it to step away from the love and the presence of God. Like, there's too many. I've been hearing, especially lately, a lot of content creators. Oh, pro Megan, pro Beyonce, pro all of this Rock Nation crap, and doing a whole lot of defending. If you think that we don't know that you want to take, we know you want to take, and it don't matter how many times you call people weirdos. It don't matter how many times you go back and forth with people. I'm gonna tell you something right now. When it gets to the point where you are literally disrespecting and defaming a deceased woman, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. You don't know that woman. You don't know what that woman been through. And salute to Dr. Lily, Ramir's godmother, who was sitting there defending Wanda earlier today on her live, talking about content creators literally defaming and disgracing a deceased woman. If you don't want nobody talking about your mama, how about you stop talking about his? Ain't no evidence and ain't no proof. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with y'all people. I'm so done with you. Like, for real. There is proof. Tell me something. Somebody asked me to speak about Ray J and that interview he did with the Cam boy, with Mr. Pretty Legs. It's funny, ever since Jamal Bryant told him how beautiful and pretty his legs are and wanted to know what kind of moisturizer he liked to be rubbed down with, I guess, for their next prep. I don't know. Because I've never seen two straight men go back and forth like that. But literally, ever since Jamal Bryant said that the little Cam man, the Cam got pretty legs, he's showing his legs all the time now. Nigga, put on some pants, like real rap, because you're starting to give me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I wish women would stop falling for the fact that just because a man can impregnate a woman does not mean that he is not homosexual. Like, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. And the more that they make the babies and the more that they do all of that stuff is because they're trying to prove that they something that they not. Look at Jamal Bryant. How many kids he got? And he still can't help himself running around talking about men with pretty legs. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. And he's supposed to be a preacher. Whoo. Anywho's then. My point is, Ray J sat there and told at least 15 different lies. Cam never said a word. Never said a word. He didn't check him on any of it. All of these years, Whitney Houston's been passed away. And now, not only was he saying, because this is what he said in the interview, he said they were supposed to go public with their relationship the next day at the Clive Davis event. Why the
Stop it.
next day? No, the Clive Davis event was that night. The Grammys was the next day. And you have a picture with you and your sister Brandy after they discovered Whitney's body. There. Now, let's give you a little bit of leeway. After all of these years, you're finally telling people that the what guarantees you weren't there was that you had a show in San Diego. Where's the flyer?
Mm, damn.
Where's the flyer? Because I got some people checking online. I mean, what song did you have out for you to be doing a show? Like, are you kidding me? As loyal as your family is to Clive Davis, and you were going to be anywhere else other than the Grammy party? Because it was the Grammy party. It was Clive Davis's Grammy party at the Beverly, Wilshire Hotel? Like, come on. Oh, CNN reported it wrong. That was her that was her bodyguard, Ray. That wasn't me. I was in San Diego. But you left your show? You was able to stop your show in the middle of your show and run all the way up and get to LA to be there to take that picture with your sister in the lobby? Hmm. You didn't start doing hard substances until after, Wendy? Like, are you serious?
Mm,
You've been lying so long, Raylando. Raylando Brown, you've been lying so long. But what I don't understand is how Cam can sit there and say, oh, well, why don't you tell us your truth?
mm.
Gee, the truth it doesn't have different versions. It is what it is. Why don't you take the time on this platform? Like, stop it. Stop it.
The truth is the truth.
The truth is the
Well,
truth. You didn't ask him not
Ray.
one question. You didn't ask him not one real question. You didn't go back and forth with him at all. You didn't ask him to quantify or to explain anything that Suge Knight said about him or that he's even said about himself. That wasn't an interview. What it was a wash job. You tried to wash his tell the truth.
Well, he's more than likely walking in his truth. I heard he has a company called Ray Pride, and its logo is similar to the Gay Pride. Yeah, that's
And I'm
well,
sure their first new product is gonna be his Ray Wide jelly
and it's
that he
and
was
not his
talking
scooty,
about.
not the scooty bikes, but the booty bikes. Remember, he got booty
I'm
bikes.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I just I can't begin to understand how people can sit there and just listen to people lie. As many people that have called me liars, and everything that I told y'all was the God's honest truth, and y'all just sit there and let these people lie in your face. I heard another content creator talking about, man, Ray J did a whole interview and ain't nobody believe him. Man, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. Nobody believes him. That's crazy work or common sense. Hmm? Get that ticket. Punch that ticket. I can't believe nobody believed Ray J. Why not? And if you do, God help you and anybody that listens to you. Like, there's just too many people that's just doing too much capping, too much fraud, and too much lying. And it's sad because it's easy to pick y'all out You have real hard times looking in the camera while y'all say the stuff that you say, and you try to get yourself up, and you try to make it look like you really believe what you say. But I can see it on you. And anybody with common sense and a decent set of eyes can see it on you too. All of y'all are frauds and liars. But you want to know what I do know? Not a one of y'all have been talking about the Demore Hadley case. Not a one of y'all.
Nope. Nope.
Matter of fact, every last one of y'all that's been going back and forth, running your mouths about all of this other stuff, talking about Dr. Umar, talking about Rayford, talking about this, talking about that, running down on this person, making fun of this person. I don't hear not a one of y'all talking about this. Not a one of y'all. Not a one of y'all. No, y'all so busy doing PR campaigns on behalf of the Jigga Man and Rock Nation that you missed this. Huh? I got content creators that are talking about the very things that are in all 4 of the episodes that we have released and still haven't seen this footage.
Hmm.
And it's right here on YouTube. I've gone and I've dropped links off in some of your comment sections, and guess what y'all do? Y'all take them down. Y'all erase them. Why? Like I said, there was a hearing this morning via Zoom. We attended. It was open to the public. Demore Hadley being drugged into court by the very woman who struck all of our channels and successfully took some of our channels until they had to come back. Yep. Largats trying to get a restraining order on Demore because she's pissed off that she's being exposed for everything that she done. Now, a few lives ago, we sat here with y'all. Actually, honey, do you still have that police call handy?
Yeah. Yep, I do.
Maybe we can spin the block on that right quick. And thank you. Thank you for watching all 4 episodes, and I hope that everyone is sharing. Yes, they're on this channel. Yes, they are. All 4 of them. And we have some more content that's going to be going over the very real corrupt nature of the people that help put that young woman unlawfully in a mental facility because they lied and said she was mentally ill and pharmaceuticaled out and trying to take her life by popping a bunch of you know whats. Yep. All 4. And we have more episodes coming. Like I said, there's going to be a full acknowledgement. Rock Nation employees were used to help frame this woman and her husband. But the woman who's responsible for taking down everybody's channels and taking down everybody's videos that everybody had to fight to get back, and we all got our channels back and our videos back and all of that. She actually called 911 to have an innocent Black man arrested for feeding his cat after they tried to frame him as a DV man against this woman right here, his wife, who he's been with for 16 going on 17 years. Let's take a listen. Let's take a listen.
Give me 1 second. I'm
You know, it's
still
amazing to me.
scrolling.
It's amazing to me. Unfortunately, this morning, the court hearing didn't happen. The case was reset. It's still open to the public. It's Zoom. All you have to do is do a little research. You'll be able to get it. Get the judge's name and you'll be able to get the Zoom. Call down to the courthouse, get yourself the ID number.
Don't ask me. I'm not giving it to you.
I think, well, I mean, we had to get it ourselves. Everybody else has to get it themselves. But it's public. It's open to the public. You know, there were so many people there in that Zoom meeting this morning. I wonder if that's why it was reset. You know, usually when people are trying to pull the wool over the public's eyes, they don't like having a lot of witnesses there.
That part.
I guess they weren't prepared. It's funny. Laura Getz was so interested and
24.
Man, she couldn't wait to haul Demore into court, to shut her up and close her mouth so she couldn't tell the truth about what the CEO of Rock Nation did to her own daughter. It's interesting.
Hold on. I'm trying to find the edited one. You know I'm not trying to dock
I know.
nothing.
No, I know. You using company resources, company employees, the things that people found out in episode 4 alone. Undocumented workers working under the table for Rock Nation.
Oh yeah. That was crazy.
Ties to potential alleged NFL corruption.
These Miami-Dade County Police and Fire, what's the address of the emergency?
Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is, God.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Yes, I am a lawyer and I represent a client. She was in court on Saturday. The person who lives in that house is a domestic batterer. He's been arrested for assaulting and battering my client's daughter. The judge gave him a stay away order, and he was ordered to go Saturday and clean out the house and not come back. He's in the house right now. I don't know what he's doing. We don't know if he's taking things. We don't know what's happening in the house, but this is the second time since Saturday that he's directly in violation of a judge in Miami-Dade County's order to stay away.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm sorry, because
The person's name is... Yeah. Go ahead.
I think we have a call for that area, but give me a moment. Let me have someone look it up. But you don't know what's going on. You just know that he's there.
Yeah, he's there, and I want them to catch him while he's there because he also keeps coming in and out, and the police have tried to get him before, and he's like slips in and out or pretends he's not there, doesn't answer the door.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to have someone assist you.
Kind of like the one, the ones Meg and Pete told on Tory Lanez. Y'all so busy doing positive PR campaigns for Rock Nation. What say you about that? Like there's so many people wasting all of this time talking all of this crap, running down on people, saying all kinds of stuff that ain't real, all kinds of stuff that ain't true, making up excuses for liars and all of that. Why can't y'all deal with this very real truth? Nothing? Y'all got nothing to say about this. See, the Defending Your Freedom series that we put together a certain way for a certain reason. The way all of the receipts were edited to perfectly illustrate not only the commentary, but this woman's testimony about what she survived. Her and her husband survived. How do y'all all feel so comfortable? Like every last one of you black men that have been running around trying to make fun of Ramir and run down on Ramir. How do you, what say you about Javon Hadley? I know what y'all was saying. When this story first came, y'all was calling him a deadbeat, y'all was calling him a bum, and y'all was accusing him of DVing this woman, and none of that ever happened. For everyone in here who's seen the Defending Your Freedom, thank you. I don't know why you retracted the message. I didn't get a chance to see it, but thank you for supporting the channel. But no, seriously, like every last one of y'all. Y'all was also quick to sign Javon Hadley off as some kind of DV bum who was taking advantage of the daughter of the CEO of Rock Nation. That was the story y'all was selling. That was what y'all wanted to believe it was. Why ain't none of y'all talking about this now? The facts are there. The evidence is there. Y'all want to punch holes through everything else? Fine, punch holes through everything else. I dare y'all to try to punch a hole through any of this. Meanwhile, there's more hearings coming. And
Yep.
there's going to be a content creator here on YouTube that's going to have a lot of explaining to do. She looks like a man, in my opinion, but she's not. Unfortunately, she is a woman. Oh, I hear what you're saying, but even a demon knows what a demon looks like, honey. It's just speaking volumes about them. Like all of y'all doing a whole lot of capping for Rock Nation. All of y'all doing a whole lot of capping for the jiggle. What say you about justice for the Hadleys? This is a black man who was undoubtedly targeted, lined up, harassed, and framed on multiple occasions by the CEO of Rock Nation. What say you, black men of YouTube? What say any of you cowards? Because
Leonie
that's what you
Arrington,
are.
my boy's partner. My bad.
What happened?
No, I said my bad. I was running something else.
You was running something else. You talking about Leilani? I don't see her in here.
No, I was playing. It played my video from my live from last time. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Like I'm dead ass serious. Y'all been running around here doing so much misdirection and distraction after distraction and deflection after deflection. You want to run around and get these little weird Twinkie boys locked up and then do your little victory dances all over their very unfortunate lives after you done just did it to somebody else last year. Y'all got all kinds of deflection, all kinds of distraction. But what say you about justice for the Hadleys? You want to run around calling people Timu sons. You want to run around talking about who ain't this. You want to run around trying to vindicate known liars and addicts. But what say any of you about this? See, I got a feeling I know why ain't nobody saying nothing about this. Because it might cut off them views and it might cut off their bread and them cash apps y'all been getting to do your little PR story. See, I got my own theory. I got a theory that the views and the money is more important than actual justice. Y'all want to go back and forth with Nicki Minaj. You want to sit there and talk about her. You want to talk crazy about her. Y'all want to go back and forth and do all of this and do all of that. You want to punch holes through it. But I dare you, I dare any of you to have anything to say about the Demore Hadley story. See, the last person that tried actually tried to line her up. But I'm not surprised because she did the same thing to me.
Mm.
Trashy the Grouch is a piece of crap. And it's sad because most of y'all dudes aspire to be like her. Y'all wish y'all had the stamina to sit there and lie as much as she does with a straight face for the most part. She's a better liar than most of you dudes. How pathetic. Like I said, there's another hearing on Thursday. We won't be there because you got to be at the courtroom, but we will have correspondence. We will be getting information and we will be reporting. The next hearing for the Laura Getz restraining order case happens, I believe, what is it, August 13th?
Is it the 13th or well, let me check. I gotta check the
Something
date.
like that.
13th or the 15th?
Something like that. I know it's mid-month. We'll be there as well. And we'll be reporting on that. It's funny, all of you content creators that didn't have anything to do, that didn't have nothing real to talk about, that had nothing real to report about, all of y'all could have been at that hearing. It's open to the public.
Oh, not yet. Yeah.
It's a Zoom meeting. It's open to the public. Why didn't we see y'all there? None of y'all were there. And we appreciate the 618 likes, but we could use like 300 more. We would appreciate that. Thank you. See, we're actually following a real story that requires real justice. Not your YouTube justice. Getting CCs locked up so you have content because y'all don't have nothing real to talk about. People running around making fun about Diddy trying to get out of jail. Haven't y'all realized how not well that man is? Just a couple weeks ago, it was perfectly fine. Gonna make it to sentencing. Everybody was so convinced he was getting out of sentencing. I guess ain't nobody paying attention to the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell got a bunch of names. Ain't nobody talking about it yet. But I don't know. Maybe the diddler wants to get out on bond before Ghislaine start running her mouth on open record. I don't know. Maybe he might want to hire his own private jet so he can ride in it rather than selling rides to people so that he can, you know, try to keep himself from losing every dollar that he has. You're an excellent journalist. I don't watch trash and I don't blame you. But it sounds like she ran that poor girl down. Oh, sweetheart. Sweetheart, it's worse than what you think. See, I have my own theory. Should we share it with them?
Sure. Let's go.
See, Trasha K got one of the last interviews out of Demore Hadley before her gag order was put in place and they started trying to hit her up with contempt orders, which, by the way, they had already loading her up with contempt after contempt after. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The second that gag order went through, they started hitting with contempt. Didn't even bother to research it and make sure it was. Because the truth is, legally by law, everything that she said up until that gag order, she had every right to say by her First Amendment right. She had every right to share as an American citizen. which is why we got the whole story, which is why we have all the receipts attached to make sure that her story was properly memorialized so there could be no question about the veracity of her claims and the legitimacy of her seeking the justice her and her husband are looking for. Yeah. We got one of the first interviews right after they presented the gag order before it was put through. Sure did. Mm. And yet, all of you content creators, especially you Black content creators, you missed it. You no see it. Yo no sé, huh? Yo no sé. Hmm. Hmm. So interesting. So funny. All that time y'all spend on this app and all of the things you miss, and all of the things you catch. Hmm. You know, after all the strikes came down and all the channels and the content came back, you would think that people wouldn't have been afraid to talk about this very, very, very real story, because this story right here is probably one of the biggest stories of the year. Why is it so quiet? Hmm? Why is it so quiet? Why is a story about an interracial couple, Black and brown, who have been together for nearly 2 decades and being ripped to shreds for nothing more than an ego trip and an exercise of power? The young Black man, his freedom held into question, framed, arrested 3 times in 6 months, spent 40 days in jail for things he never did. Like, are y'all getting that? Like, are y'all really getting that? And by the way, appreciate all 1,000 people in the room. We could still use 300 more likes. And if any of you would like to, yeah, become a member. Welcome. Welcome, Lena. What's going on? If you want to become a member, it's pinned right here in the chat. All you have to do is touch the link. Come in here with the family. No, I'm serious. Why is nobody talking about that? Why are none of you talking about the fact that the CEO of Rock Nation and her orchestrated network of bad actors corralled an innocent Black man into jail 3 times successfully? And if that wasn't bad enough, this same evil little network had this woman successfully thrown in a mental hospital when she suffered from no psychosis, had her labeled a pharmaceutical addict when she had no pharmaceuticals in her system because she doesn't do those things and she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she does nothing. And they were able to get her put into a mental institution with lies. And one of the liars was a Rock Nation employee who actually hunted down her grief counselor and tried to convince
And
her. Mm,
and one of the liars has ties to the NFL. I
yeah.
mean, we're not going to talk about that abuse of power.
We're not going to talk
You
about that
know,
at all, especially you Black YouTubers. Because if Rock Nation can do this to their own flesh and blood, imagine what they can do to somebody that's not.
Well,
Imagine
it's
what they can
about to
do to
be
somebody
interesting.
that disappoints them.
It's about to get interesting because the Tory Lanez case, he's
Mm.
looking at something's going to be up for appeal in about 3 weeks. He's going to go see the judge in about 3 weeks.
Hmm.
It's not looking good for Rock Nation,
And a lot of the
especially.
issues. Go ahead.
Oh no, no, I was going to say especially with what Laura Gatz was trying to do. See, this phone call was just like a nail in the coffin, and then she's over all of the digital takedown. Come on, like you guys are caught red-handed.
Exactly, Alina. Let's not forget about the AI video that was passed around all over YouTube that a bunch of Black
Yeah,
content creators, a bunch of Black content creators ran with, willingly signing up to label Javon Hadley as a DV abuser. How many? You know, it was interesting when Poetic Flacco decided to go back and you know, readdress some of the very inaccurate things that he said after I left him absolutely no choice but to do so. You know, I thought he would have, you know, stood a little taller. 6 strikes on his channel, Rock Nation put. How is your channel still there, sir? Hmm? How did you get all your strikes removed and why didn't you say anything about it? I mean, we know you didn't want to give any credit to any of the people who fought to get their content back and fought to get their channels back, what made it possible for everybody else's strikes to be lifted, even, you know, the people that didn't fight and do all of that stuff. But I'm just trying to figure it out. You said nothing about that. You said nothing about the way that Rock Nation ran down on you. Not for real, for real. I mean, we know about it, but no, 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 no. The biggest YouTube miracle was Trash K. Because everybody else got their emails from Laura Getz and the Reed law firm. Apparently, Desiree Perez sent hers to Tasha K directly. Hogwash.
damn lie.
Hogwash. She was the first person. You want to know? You want to know what really, really like gets my goat about all of that? That goofy ass hoe is so jealous of me and is so worried about me and feels so inferior to me that she would actually cook that story up so she could make herself seem like she was the winner of something before me. You ain't have to fight nobody. It was a good cover story though, because I know how badly you were trying to prove to people that you was just trying to do an honest interview. It's funny, that's one of your lowest viewed interviews ever, and that's crazy. Because the Moray story, there's absolutely no reason why at least one of her interviews shouldn't have hit 1 million views by now. There's no reason. Um, our series, man, it doesn't make any sense how we struggle to get views on that. It makes no sense. Nicki Minaj shared it with her people, and she's got hundreds of million followers. And none of our videos have cracked 100K. Not one. Matter of fact, the better the interview and the realer the information and the more receipts, the less views. I don't think that's a coincidence. But it's interesting to know because if I wanted people to believe that I wasn't working on behalf of the Jigga Man in the Rock, if I wanted people to believe that I wasn't working with them to try to line this young woman up and set her up, I would pretend like I had to fight for my video. I would pretend like they came from my channel. I would pretend. I would. That would be such a great cover for a known liar. Oh, Rock Nation came after me. Yeah, they came after you and you won you won first. You got your video first. Your video was never even taken down. It was never even taken down. You didn't even show the whole emails.
And it's the reason why she jumped up so quick to say that. And I think, yeah, we'll see Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna see on Thursday. Because what I find interesting is you got one of the last interviews. It was right around the time when all of those contempt filings were being put in. And it was very clear that Demore could no longer speak or post online about anything. But there was a post that had Demore's name on it after the gag order was instituted. Matter of fact, it almost made it look like she was defying that order. I guess that's why there's a hearing. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? Do y'all hear what I'm saying to you? See, I didn't post anything after that gag order came through like that. What we have is what we have. Now I will do this, but see, if I go online and I put up a post and then I put Demore's name on it as a collaborator, like let's just say on Instagram, that would be enough to make it look like Demore was allegedly defying the contempt order. Do you know what that could do? The gag order? That could lead to jail time. That could lead to all kinds of fines. Can you imagine? And we're supposed to believe that somebody who's been in as much legal trouble as Trisha K didn't know that that's what she was doing. We're talking about the same person that sat online and lied on Cardi B and lied on her child for years, refusing to take down the videos that she knew were lies. We're talking about the same woman that has lying ass videos about me on Amazon Prime and here on YouTube, filled with number lies, trying to convince people that I'm mentally ill, just like people tried to convince people that this woman was mentally ill, trying to convince people that I'm some kind of pharmaceutical addict, just like they tried to convince people that this young woman was some kind of pharmaceutical addict. Like, I mean, the exact same kind of trash that was put on me was put on her. And we're supposed to believe that with all of the closeness in those lineups, that you didn't know what she was doing. It was an accident. Her channel should have been taken down with the Cardi B thing. She should have been thrown offline. She should have been hit with a felony. She should have been hit with cyber crimes as well. She should have been blacklisted off the internet forever. Cute plan. You convince someone that you're going to do an interview with them in earnest journalism. You try to gaslight them throughout the entire interview by asking them very inflammatory questions to try to make them get out of their character so that they can look crazy, to give credence to the lies being told by the other side. You use your staff to accuse her of being paranoid, and then after the gag order goes through, she's not allowed to speak about the case or anything like that or post about it herself online. You include her as a collaborator on your Instagram post without her acknowledgement or her approval, allegedly, we'll say. Put a 1 in the chat if it sounds like Tasha K tried to set up Demore Hadley. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it was just a mistake. 1 in the chat if after everything that I just shared with you, it sounds like Tasha K tried to set up Demore Hadley to make it look like she defied her gag order so she could be held in contempt and possibly face jail time. Put a 1 in the chat if it sounds like she tried to set this young woman up. Put a 2 in the chat if it sounds like, oh, it was a mistake. She didn't mean it. I didn't mean to. Because, see, nasty work like that, it's almost impossible for you to prove you're not working for the other side. Just like you've been working for the other side against me. She got one of the last interviews and then she put up a post after the gag order went through. It's funny. She got one of the last interviews, but she got the first win. We did one of the first interviews and we got our channels back last. Does that sound like a coincidence to you? Just keep putting ones. Hmm? It's amazing the kind of stuff that Black people do to other Black people on this app. Bunch of Willie Lynch wannabes, bunch of Willie's babies. Every last one of y'all might as well audition to be Steven in Django Part 2. All of you would do a fabulous job. You ain't nothing but a setup hoe. But I guess anything to get off them bunk beds in that 2-bedroom apartment in Florida. Cardi B made you walk away from the house of your dream. I don't think you ever gonna make it back. Like I said, there's a court hearing on Thursday. I want y'all to keep the Hadleys in your prayers. Keep them in your prayers. We could use 200 more likes before we go, that's for sure. Hell, we could use 1,000 likes. We need to make sure that as many people possible hear this message because it's so funny. There's so many of you that hear all about the trash and all about the mess and all about the lies and all about the cat with your almost million subscriber platforms, and all y'all do is run bullshit and lies for the bad guys. But you don't care about real justice. Indeed, Auntie Leah, hashtag justice for the Hadleys. Hashtag justice for Demore. Hashtag Rock Nation downfall. Whatever you want to hashtag, hashtag it. Our channel, the hashtag that we have is justice for the Hadleys. Nicki Minaj and her platform, they use justice for Demore. Y'all went to go poke holes through everything else. I dare y'all to try to poke holes through this.
They can't,
Justice for
and they
Ramir as
know they
well.
can't, and they know they can't.
And Ramir, I am so sorry that you did that interview just for people to turn around and make a mockery of your struggle and to disrespect your deceased mother. We are sorry for that for you. Y'all don't deserve that. Especially not for the likes of a company like Rock Nation. You got whole Manchurian candidates running around trying to pow pow and blow and boom boom the NFL office, and y'all sitting here worried about protecting these entities. What? What
Well,
y'all want box tickets?
it wasn't the NFL office.
No, he went to the wrong
It was
place.
Blackstone. No. He was
Oh,
headed
it
to
was Black.
Blackstone. I don't think he was headed. I don't think he was
Oh,
headed to the NFL. That's just their way of, yeah.
oh, Blackstone.
Yep.
Well, if he was going to
Unalive the
a
CEO.
Blackstone,
He unalived the CEO of Black.
no wonder they
Yep.
kept it
They're not
quiet.
talking about that.
No wonder they kept it
They're not
quiet.
talking about that.
Anybody, well, if I'm correct, Blackstone, they handle most of Rock Nation's private security.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Hmm. And people worried about trying to get a casino. It sounds like y'all need to be worried about a confessional and buying holy water by the gallons. My. Ain't nobody playing with y'all, but y'all need to stop playing with us. This is not a game. Playing with people's civil liberties, playing with their lives, domestic terror, you know what isms and is should not be tolerated. A normal American citizen shouldn't have to worry about a bunch of people online trying to take away their freedom. And YouTubers shouldn't be so complicit in setting people up for crimes that they did not commit. YouTubers. May God have mercy on your soul, but I hope every last one of you go to hell. I do. Y'all want to talk about something? Talk about something that matters for a change. I dare any one of y'all to try to punch holes through this story. I dare you. Y'all like to have so much cute stuff to say to me. Y'all like to go back and forth with me. Y'all like to sit up there, call me a liar. Y'all like to sit up there, say that I'm putting dubs on stuff. Y'all want to sit up there, go ahead, say it about any of this. Dare you. One of the biggest stories of the year, and it's getting the least coverage of the century. I don't know why ACG. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I don't know. I don't know why they want to be scumbags and pieces of crap. I don't know. I don't know. It make no sense to me. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not following the leader. I won't be joining along. I'm gonna stand on the side of the angels. I'm gonna do what's right. You know, I could get online and I could go back and forth with all of these content creators. I could get online. I could, you know, create content and tell lies and cap and do all kinds of things. I could do all of that. And I would be better at it than all of them. But like I told everybody, don't out don't try to out bad me, out good me. Don't try to one up me doing something bad. Try to one up me doing something good. I the whole purpose of us jumping in on this story as soon as it hit was to encourage other people to pick up the mantle and to do the same as well. This is not the story that we wanted to hog and hide and put it under a bushel. No, we were hoping more people in the community, more people here online would be picking up the mantle of this story and taking it further. For crying out loud, we did a lot of the hard work. Y'all could pick any one of these episodes and do a reaction video to it. Why have none of you? Not a one of you. Not a one of you weirdos who sit around and do reaction videos all day long. Most of your channels, you don't do nothing but reaction videos. Y'all don't come up with your own content. You go around, you look video for video for video, and figure out which one, find out which one is trending, find out which one has the hashtags that do this, that, and the other, and then you go and then you sit there and you just talk over somebody else's video. That's what most of y'all content is. Why don't y'all do no reaction videos on this? Hmm? Hmm? You know, I wish I saw more reaction videos than whack ass stuff like this. Cade, Caden Rain. Why is that music in the background? Is this a club? Are we meant to hear her story and bop to the beat? And that's funny because see, that's how you know she a troll. And look at the difference in the comment. Demore is so strong. Her mom messed with the wrong one. Demore is empowered. I hope more people get behind this story. Look at the difference in comment. Look at it. That's a 7:03 a.m. Yeah, 7:03 in the morning. It's funny. Oh, sweetheart, I know it's a troll. Trust me, I know it's a troll. I went and checked. I went and checked. One subscriber. Nothing. 6 years. One subscriber. Hmm. Isn't it interesting? You know, it's funny to me. So many people say so many things. They do so many things. They got so much to say. And they don't be saying nothing at all. They don't be saying nothing at all. Bunch of weirdos. What did they promise y'all? You was finally going to make it across the 1 million subscribers? Just drop a little of that integrity and tell a few more lies. Like, what do they have to tell y'all to get y'all to do the things that you do? This is why we're a members only platform. Our lives are open to the public, but if you want to be in the chat, if you want to be involved, you got to be a member here. Because there's just too many trolls, too many weirdos, too many liars. Everybody seems to be so afraid to tell the truth. No integrity at all, ACG. No integrity. So, Set, where you at? You still there?
I'm right here.
What's
Right
your
here.
final thoughts on all of this? On all of this?
I don't have any final thoughts on it. I just
Mm,
know that September 6th though, I'll be at the Compton Film Festival at Compton College. My documentary film Set in the West will be not debuting because this is not the first film festival it's been in, but we will be screening it there. It was about 1 p.m. Compton College, and I'll be there. I'm gonna do a Q&A, so everybody's welcome, even the haters. Y'all come and you can ask me some questions. But yeah, y'all see the website there. The Instagram is there. I believe it's free. It's no cost, but just definitely, come on out and support. I appreciate it. I'm gonna bring a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays.
for anybody who's feeling
DVD.
nostalgic,
Right, motherfuckers still got DVDs and Blu-ray players. Fuck out of here.
I'm joking.
I know. So yeah.
I'm proud of you. And I know everyone here on the platform is too. A lot of people forget, you know, you're an amazing producer and you're a wonderful documentarian. You welcome, Rare. Welcome to Jag Nation. No, seriously, you don't get enough respect. And I think for me, that's why I allowed myself to get very upset when I would see, these weirdos who call themselves content creators, just taking shots and acting crazy and doing all kinds of things because you actually are very hardworking. The content that we've been working on, it's been a year now we've been working together and we've done a lot of amazing things. But I think as it stands right now, between you and I, the best of it is defending your freedom, the Damori Hadley story. And defending your freedom, this isn't something that's just, this journey doesn't end with her. We're walking this story through and we're supporting this story um, to the very end. But we will be working with others. There are some other people that we are talking to who have some really extraordinary stories. Just you'd be surprised how much injustice lives right there, right out in front of our faces, that we don't even notice it, we don't see, even though it's right there. We want to change that. That's the beauty of our partnership. We both are very committed to justice and seeing people get justice. When you've lived through hell, you want to help as many people make it to heaven as you possibly can. Because for every time they win, mm, it does something good inside of your heart. It's so many people on this app are so worried about making money, but none of them are interested in making history or making a difference, making a change, bringing something to our lives. Like, there's so much content. Like, I'm not going to lie. I go and I look through this app, and half the time I am like highly, highly, highly depressed at most of the crap that I see because I can't believe that this is what people really focus on. This is what people really think about. But, you know, you are what you eat. If you get to the point where all you're consuming is trash that's what you'll crave. That's what you'll look for. And yeah, we're trying to raise the bar here. We're trying to step it up a notch because you can still be cool, you can still be down, you can still be, you know, you can be whoever you want to be, but that doesn't mean you can't be more. You know, have we been affected by our environments? Absolutely. We just choose not to be products of them. We choose to try to make our environments better. And, this community, that's what we're doing. There's a lot of people, a lot of clickbait, a lot of foolishness. Um, this channel took a big hit when we decided to go this direction, when we decided to pull this, but I've been a truth teller and a whistleblower the whole way. I'm not going to stop. When it comes to justice for the Hadleys, I'm blowing the whistle. I'm blowing the whistle all day. We are witnesses of what these people have gone through. We are witnesses of the facts and the evidence that we have. Oh, you're also a member on Patreon. Great. Well, um, thank you for that. If YouTube is going to keep fighting us, we're going to have to figure out what's best for our community as a whole. We might start splitting content between here and Patreon, not quite sure. Because the truth is we shouldn't have to fight as hard as we fight um, to be able to break real stories that deserve to be heard by the public. There's so many things that I could give my life to, that I could dedicate and donate, just designate my life to. But man, my story, it's been a hell of a story. And so much of it has been missed. So much of it has been overlooked. So much of it has been downgraded. So much of it has been disrespected. And we decided we were going to stand in the gap to make sure that didn't happen to other people. I'm grateful to have a partner like Set in the West. Uh, I hope he's grateful to have a partner like me.
Hmm.
And we hope that you guys are grateful to have a team like us here to bring the real to you, because there's so many lies, so much deflection. It's the idol worship for me that gets me. Um, it's the idol worship for me, because all of these people, they idolize these weirdos. They idolize these idiots. They idolize these fools. They sit there and they try to get the public to go along with the BS, and it's wild to me. So yeah, salute. And for those who couldn't make it, for our East Coast people, for those people who it got a little bit too late for, um, replay gang, run it up, run those likes up, run these views up, make sure it gets out of here. To everybody who donated tonight, we thank you. Please keep sharing with the channel, keep donating with the channel. We don't have any backing, and we're not really supported by YouTube. We spend more of our time fighting to get what we deserve out of YouTube and still getting shitted on rather than getting what we need. We're not one of these platforms where they turn on the algorithm and turn it on. We gotta fight. It's funny. You'll see me on a bunch of other channels before you'll see me on my own. And that is not done by accident. See, they like the way other people have made me look. They never wanted y'all to get to know the real me for who I actually am. Do I turn up? Absolutely. Can I turn up? Without a doubt. But there's more to me than that. And a lot of people, yeah, most of the music that you love, yeah, it do got dirty history behind it. And that's what I've been saying for years. If people actually knew. And that's why we started Cruelty Free Artistry. We are a nonprofit organization. And, there's so many things that we wish we could have gotten done before now. But the truth is most of the time we've spent fighting just to be able to build it up. Am I wrong?
Nope.
We wish we had more time, you know. But when people sit around online trying to convince people that you're a scam artist and you're a this and you're a that, you know, politicians, they go out and they ask for donations all of the time to run their campaigns and stuff like that. You don't ever hear nobody calling them a scam artist. It's weird. Kamala Harris, they had over $1 billion, and at the end of her campaign, she was $20 million in debt. But you got people sitting online, vaping. Like it's just funny. You know, and it is hard work. It is hard work, but you know what? It's a labor of love for us. I think that's the only time where it gets a little hard, when you see how quickly people will disrespect it because they can't compete with it, or how many people get the leg up, and they get the algorithm turned all the way up so they get all of the AdSense, and you got to go in your studio and see limited ad sustainability, even though you're not cursing, even though you're not doing this. You know, I see people with channels that start cursing from the first 2 minutes and curse all the way through, talking crazy, talking disrespectful. Their channels is monetized, their videos is monetized, and we got to fight when we do the right thing. Like it's wild, because it's just kind of like this app, it only rewards bad behavior. So in order for me to get paid on YouTube, I got to act like a buffoon. In order for me to get paid on YouTube, I got to be the definition of an angry Black woman. In order for me to get paid on YouTube, I got to act like I have no common sense, or low IQ, or I'm some kind of, weirdo fanatic in some way. Like, that's the only way. Yeah, Auntie Leah, you fighting to get it too. The more respectable you are on YouTube, the harder it is to earn a living on here. And you invest your time. These are produced works we give y'all. And even these lives that we sit here and do with you, even though it's just us here on mobile upload, you don't think we take time to make sure that we're curating the conversation to get what else, needs to get out there? Yeah, we laugh and we joke and we have a good time and we do all of that too. But geez, man, it's work. It is. And it don't get regarded as such. But a bunch of losers who sit around and play each other videos so they can sit there and wait for Mad Day, or wait for their views to go down so they can start striking people, and bragging about how they took down people's channel so people will come over there and get them cash apps and all. That's content. Domestic terrorism online is content. Interesting.
Mm.
Man. Yeah, artists have never had rights. They've always found a way to screw artists over. I guess that's why I don't take it so personal, because I've been an artist my whole life. I know exactly how they do us. But I don't stop. And that's what makes, my audience so important. 777, you know? So, Compton Film Festival at Compton College.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. September
Good
6th,
news. Good
Saturday,
news.
1 p.m.
Absolutely. I am most definitely a rebel with a cause, not without, but with a cause. And you know, we're gonna get ready to bid y'all adieu, say goodnight. Um, can we get 20 more likes before we go? Let's just leave on a round. Let's round it out. Can we get 20 of y'all to go before we go? That would be cool. And replay gang, please. Oh, can the festival be viewed online? Will it be
Just
streamed?
go to the website. I think you go to the website, you'll find out. It might. I'm sure it might be. I'm sure it
Thank you,
is.
Rare. Thank you. Thank you for that. And we're gonna go live. We're gonna do a little bit more live. Uh, I know we'll probably be back Thursday, and might be back tomorrow. I might want to talk about a couple of things. There's a couple of things that I got on my mind that I haven't talked about yet. So yeah, interesting stuff. But what I will say is, we want to thank all of you for believing in us, believing in this channel. I know a lot of you came along. Thank you, ACG. We was caught up knee deep in the mess, and to a certain extent, social media has become like the new reality TV for some people. You get caught up into this part of the story or that part of the story, but we're trying to take it and we're trying to do something with it. We're trying to harness it. We're trying to lead by example. And I'm not saying that we ain't gonna get into it. I'm not saying that we're not gonna run down. But there's got to be a point to it all. It's got to be more than just a bunch of crap. It's got to be more than that. So, on that note, I'm Jaguar Wright. That's Wolfgang AMADEUZ.
Right.
And don't believe the
Mm.
hype. It's too much of it, way too much of it. And do yourself a favor as you're going through these streets and you see people talking about all of this stuff, pumping up Rock Nation and pumping up all of that, ask them why they haven't said anything or done any reaction videos on the Demore Hadley story, Defending Your Freedom series. I'd be curious to see what they got to say in their comments. I'd be curious. All right, family. Peace. We'll see y'all soon.
All right. Hey.